What's up, guys and gals? It's your boy Jeff coming to you with the Extreme Nerd Table. I got Anthony with me, and Rando's gonna be joining us at like probably 9:20. So, what you been up to, Anthony?
Oh, I've been happy as can be, Jeff. I I picked up a few comics this week. I have been staying off social media as much as possible, and I did a great show with your pal the G-Man last night. That was pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
and who I met on this wonderful show. And so I worked real late, and then I had a lot of lawns to mow this morning, my own lawn. Um, and other than that, I've been trying to catch up on some sleep and some TV. That's about it, man. I'm not collecting those great Vampirellas all week like you are.
Haha. Yeah.
Captain
Yep.
Comics,
Ahoy.
ahoy, ahoy,
Yeah.
matey! Bronze
What's
Age. Prime.
Yeah, he was at the show last time. He was at the what was it? The land show last time we
Oh,
were
who?
at.
Brian or
Yeah,
Captain?
Brian.
Very nice. So I met Brian then, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably. Whoa, whoa.
I think he bought some of my books too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up a couple of Vampies. I picked up
See
an
what you
important
got,
one.
buddy.
Yeah, I picked up an important one. This one, issue 49 of the Warren run, is the first appearance of one of her major villains. So,
Nice.
yep, a 9-2, white pages. Yep.
Nice. Hey, did you get the Vampy versus Purgatory this week?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? My LCS didn't have any, and I didn't know it was coming out. Is it pretty good?
It's actually okay. It's not too bad.
How's the interiors look? Is it decent?
Here, why not? I have it right here, purposely.
Nice.
Too. I had a feeling you were gonna ask me about it.
Yeah, man, I saw it, and I saw it online, and I'm like, darn it, my
Yeah.
my store doesn't order enough Dynamite stuff. So
Right. Interior's not too bad.
good.
Interior's like probably. Hold on. I'll zoom it in,
Sure.
or not zoom it, but make it bigger. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I got you. It's funny. So Polito lost the rights to Purgatory
No,
at
because
some point.
Purgatory belongs in the chaos. The chaos.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's the same way they have
Evil Ernie and all them.
yeah, and that's the same way they have that other female
Right.
hero, Chastity.
Chastity. Chastity.
Right. Okay. So even though Polito created him, he couldn't hold on to any of that stuff, huh?
Right. Because if it says if I guess they bought the rights to chaos.
Right. I got you.
The rights and everything to chaos. So
So does that mean Polito can't do Evil Ernie? He can do Lady Death, but he can't do Ernie.
yeah, he can't do Ernie. He can
Wow.
do May. Well, what be cool? I actually should reach out to him and see if he'll be able to talk about it
Wow.
or not.
Wow.
Interview him and see if he's able to talk because nobody's asked him about it.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't see Ernie ever appearing in the Lady Death, so
And I've been
that's,
I've been watching a lot of his interviews, but nobody's asked him about it either,
he
and it's
probably
kind of
does
weird.
he probably doesn't own it anymore.
Or what it is Stephen Hughes, the original guy
Uh,
that what I mean. Maybe him made a deal or something, and he tried to help out the family and say, hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna get rid
true.
of it, so so at least you guys can have some money or something.
The
You
late
never know.
man, the late great Stephen Hughes, man, his stuff
Mm,
was so good. Oh my
yep.
God. Cartoonist Kayfabe. I don't know if you've ever watched their stuff, but they just did a big review of the Evil Ernie's first appearance in the
Hmm.
black and white, and
Yeah.
they went in depth in all the artwork and stuff. It's really nice stuff. So
I got him up there.
of
It's up
course
there
you do. I
somewhere.
know. Yeah.
It's up there somewhere.
I do you are they slabbed? Or are they in are
They're
they
raw
regular?
actually. I got them.
Oh,
I
really?
got this. Yeah, I got it raw for decent. Like all of them raw for a pretty decent price. But
Very
when
cool.
I eventually meet Polito, I wanna end up slab. I wanna end up pressing it, cleaning it, slab it. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
that's all it's gonna. That's all. and then I'll put it behind the Vampy statue, Vampy and Lady Death statues I got over there.
Did you
Yep.
did you pick up Berserker when it came out?
Yeah.
I picked it up. My LCS didn't have the missed out on the first covers, and you
Right.
probably can't see this, but I got the foil covers,
Yeah.
and you know,
They're
I
still
like
nice.
it. It's nice. It's still first printing, but it's the foil covers that I guess were late
Right.
or something. So I got the cover A and the Brooks cover.
That's cool.
I think it's a good story. I just kind of like hey, what do we got? Comic Tom and Billy from Economics and Comics.
yeah.
Interview from Brian from Coffin. Maybe that subject comes up on their channel. Sounds good. We'll have to check it out.
Oh, I
But,
did check it out. I didn't see it come up. That's the
yeah.
main reason I brought it up.
Maybe he's got a do not talk about clause or something. I don't know.
Probably, maybe.
Because maybe it's just a sore subject because maybe he doesn't have the rights. Maybe he doesn't have the rights, and it's kind of probably a pain,
Yeah.
It's Randall.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Randall.
Not much, man.
It's
Not
Randall. It's Randall Savage. What's up, Randall?
Hanging in there, man. How about you guys?
Well, I didn't pick these up, but I actually won a contest on Instagram and then got this.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually,
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah, he gave like a bunch of Spider-Mans. Like I got a bunch of Spider-Mans from the contest from Squatchy. Yeah, no, not Squatchy. Sasquatch Comics. I always get them mixed up. I always get those two mixed up.
Nice.
Yeah, I got this one. This one.
That's
nice. I love those.
Yeah,
covers.
I got those.
Yeah, this one.
Very nice.
Yeah, this one. That one. This one. A McFarlane.
Ooh.
I finally own a McFarlane. Well, not really, because I own the first appearance of Angela, so that's the second McFarlane. This is the second McFarlane I own. And yep, this one.
Very nice. I got that one.
Yep, and this one is signed, but I'm not sure it's signed by who. Doesn't have a COA or nothing.
Randy Endelman, or I think he's like one of the inkers.
Yeah, Randy Ink. Yeah, because it matches the signature down here, right by his mouth. You see it?
Yeah, because I think that's a Eric Larson cover. I think.
Yeah. I would have had Larson sign the other eye. Yep, and then I finally got this since Randall came in. First appearance of the Blood Red Queen, 9.2
Nice.
white pages. So one of her major villains. So that's the main reason I picked this one up first, out of the whole run that I still got to get.
So did you guys talk about? Did you all talk about any of the big news and comics that happened this week?
Not yet.
We mentioned that you're probably going to want to talk about comics going to $5.99 or $6. We were discussing.
I want to talk about the bigger news.
What's the bigger news?
What's the bigger news?
The bigger news about Marvel.
The Marvel not using Diamond.
Oh yeah. That a rumor or that actual news?
No, it's news.
Okay.
It's big news. Big news. They're signing with a big distributor.
Penguin.
Penguin Random House.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like they've already been handling graphic novels, but they worked out a deal with Marvel, and they're going to be handling the single issues. And then here's a confusing thing, and this is where Diamond tried to get like slick. They're like, "Oh, we're still going to carry Marvel Comics," but do you know how they're going to carry Marvel Comics?
In a plastic bag.
No. They're going to open an account with Penguin Random House, and they're going to order books from them, and then offer the books through their service.
So they're going to offer 3 times as much money to get ordered books off of them then.
Oh, yeah, Diamond's already said that the discounts are going to change.
Oh, boy.
So that means retailers are going to get a less discount for Marvel books.
Then the retailers might as well just go to Penguin and do it themselves.
Oh, and here's the best part. You want to know what the best part is?
What's that?
Apparently, Penguin is offering free shipping.
No.
Woo!
That's the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah.
Diamond's like, oh, we're gonna overcharge you. We're gonna take 20 books and put it in one box, and take another 10, 15 books, put it in another box, and charge you like $15, $20 shipping per box. Penguin just gave the big finger, and they were just like, we're gonna do free shipping.
That's good. That's good news.
Yeah. And I think they're doing what DC does, because DC does a
But
straight 50%
my
off
big thing
discount
is
for retailer.
no, but my big thing is that means all those smaller publishers are still gonna be under Diamond, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the time being, as long as Diamond is still in business.
So when they go, let's just say they end up going out of business, then what's gonna happen to the smaller guys? You know what I mean? That's the big thing.
That's why it's very important for the smaller guys to start looking now.
Kickstarter, Indiegogos, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Bronze Age Byron, yes, that's basically what. The reason Diamond is doing this is because they know that there's a lot of retailers that don't want to pay extra for shipping, but that's because they don't know yet. They don't know that once they find out that the Penguin Random House offers the free shipping. Plus they know that a lot of retailers still want to buy Image. They still want to buy, Boom. They want to buy IDW. They still want to buy a lot of the independent publishers. So for it to be less confusion, they're still trying to convince people, like, no, keep ordering your books through us,
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That means Image is gonna still be at Diamond then. So
for now, yeah. I guarantee you that the minute Marvel made the official announcement, all of the heads of the independent publishers probably got together in emails and meetings and say, okay, we need to go start shopping around. We need to figure out, because, like, perfect example, Lunar. One, I hope Penguin Random House ends up becoming the distributor for all publishers. That's what I hope for. Because haven't been impressed with Lunar. Like, the only good thing that Lunar does is they pack their books well. That's it. Their customer service is not great. They're not easy to get a hold of.
I warned you before they even changed over to Lunar. I warned you about that because I heard about the distributors in the West Coast having issues with them.
Right, but you have to understand, Jeff, I have no choice. Lunar is the only distributor for DC.
I know, but I was just giving you a heads up because I found out before you did. Yeah.
I knew, but I mean, still, it's from actual experience dealing with Lunar. Like, So Penguin the only thing I worry about with Penguin Random House is customer service. That's the only thing I worry about. You guys probably didn't see it, but I got quoted a couple times in the Bleeding Cool article about the whole Marvel retailer thing, and which is funny because, like, I wasn't expecting that. My buddy saw the article and he tagged me in it, and he's like, "Dude, you're on Bleeding Cool." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at it and I saw, him, like, legit, like, taking my quotes from Facebook, my comments on the whole situation, which was awesome. It was a good article. Because he was the one that pointed out to me. It was Richard Johnston. He was the one that pointed out to me that Penguin Random House does the free shipping, the freight shipping. So I was like, that's awesome. Like, I mean, I was taking his word for it, but I think, like, a lot of people confirmed it as well. Now, here's the best part. Little guys like me, normally Diamond would be like, oh, you don't order enough. You don't order enough Marvel, so we're only going to give you the minimum discount, which is 35% off.
Right.
Penguin Random House, they're doing exactly what DC is doing. They're going to do a straight 50% off. So 50% off on Marvel, free shipping. Guess who's going to be ordering Marvel comic books again? This guy. Yeah.
So you're going to have two different bills then, right? So one from Lunar and one. Okay.
Yeah. I will have a Marvel bill and I will have a Lunar DC bill. Yes. But Marvel, I'm just going to order tight on.
No, but I know.
I got to find out. I have to find out what their minimum is.
Okay.
That's what I need to find out. I need to find out what Penguin Random House's minimum is going to be in order to order Marvel books. So, but at 50% off, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's the best news. It's the best news that's happened in a while for comic books, I think, in my opinion.
Well, what about them going up in price? How does that affect your
So going up in price, I'm going to be honest. Marvel has always been the company to go up first.
Right.
DC now is taking over. See, DC's not stupid. They're like, listen, comics are going to go up $6. And a couple years from now, they're going to go up $7. And a couple more years after that, they're going to go up $8. They know this. They know that Marvel's going to do this. So instead of waiting for Marvel to actually do it, DC's like, we're going to capitalize on it. Our Batman books are hot right now. People are, that's their top selling book. So they're going to raise the cost on their Batman books and make some money. Do I agree with it? No. I have always been upset about comic books going up in price because it's just ridiculous. I get that you guys need to make a profit. I get it. But I think there's other ways of making money, and I really think that they should shift to Kickstarter. I think big publishers, they need to go to Kickstarter. You need to follow where their money's at. Even Todd McFarlane. Even Todd McFarlane has gone to Kickstarter, and he made
that's
a shit ton of money.
Just on his toys though. He's not doing it with the comics. So
not yet.
Not yet. And he's the best priced comic around at $2.99 still.
Absolutely.
30 years later. I just think it's bad. I think it's bad for the industry to keep going up in price because the product isn't there. The quality isn't there. I'm going to preach something. I'm going to preach something really quick.
They want you guys to go to this.
If the art and the stories and the talent in every comic was top notch, then you pay $5. Like for example, the Batman book. The Batman book is a great book. Batman's title has been great. Okay, with James Tynion fourth or whatever. But to make the whole line, $5.99 eventually, and then even Marvel $5.99. I'm sorry, I'm not like, I love Marvel and DC characters, but I don't like the 8 million titles, the crossover events, the this, the that, the Infinite Frontier, all this crap. And the thing is $5.99 is ridiculous. $3.99 is good. $4.99 is bordering on stupid, especially when, by the way, DC, half the book is a bunch of ads too, so they got ad revenue. Of course, most of it's there's not as many ads in comic books.
There's not as many ads in comic books as there used to be.
Right. But comic books were 35 cents when they used to be. Let's not talk about used to be. Let's talk about where they're going. Yeah. If you keep tossing up the value and you keep going $5.99, eventually $6.99, then you're not getting the bang for the buck. It's like if you go buy my son reads mangas. What are they? $11.99, $10.99, $12.99. What? Yeah, but they're like what? They're like but they're also like 350 pages or something. You know what I mean? So,
but I mean, there's a lot of factors involved. When you look at the quality of paper that they use, when you look at black and white, they're not paying for color, and then you look at the size of the book. Right? Sure. It's not your normal size; it's shorter. So everything about mangas, because the way mangas are treated overseas, the way they're treated in Japan, they're like newspapers. You read it, you throw it away.
But all that, but I'm not talking about Japan. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about the way stuff's going.
But what I'm saying is, what mangas are made exactly the same everywhere. Right.
But binding,
but they first were in Japan, right? And that's what they were designed for. Now they're coming to the U.S. They're not gonna change the design just because it's going to the United States. They're gonna keep the same design. So when you keep the same design, like there was, I don't know if you saw it, but like Mark Millar was on Twitter, and he pointed out a retailer, and a retailer went to a comic book retailer went to Books A Million, and he looked at all the graphic novels, the trade paperbacks that they offered for comics, and then he walked over and he's like, "Hey, look at that! There's like 6 shelves or 7 shelves of graphic novels, comic books," and he's like, "Look, there's 13, 14 shelves of manga." And the one thing that he noticed, the difference between manga that really stood out compared to American comics, was consistency. When you look at the size of the mangas, they're all the same font, they're all the same size, and they're all, just consistent. So if you're like a person that's going to read all the books, you can literally take all your books, put it on the shelf, and it looks all the same. You buy a DC hardcover or softcover, you buy random different DC books, you put them all together, they're all different sizes, different fonts, different looks. It looks chaotic. There's no consistency with it.
Yeah, that's the one size.
Yeah. And then again, just with mangas, not to mention like the artists, you have the same art style per book, and that's because they probably have about 2-3 different artists that all draw the exact same art style.
Right.
So you always get the consistency in art. That's straight just consistency. That's it.
Right.
That's what they have.
And,
American comics don't have consistency. You have different writers.
Our comics have sometimes different art every other page, which by the way is a disorienting thing to a 50-year-old reader or an 11-year-old reader.
It doesn't matter who it is.
I'll give my son a graphic novel or a book, and he'll be like in the middle of reading it for something from Marvel, DC, and he'll go to me, "Dad, what the heck happened to the artwork on this page?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I don't have a problem with the price of comics going up as long as the value is the same. And it's sad because people are going to eventually go to fund independent creators 100%, because whether it's me or whether it's some hotshot Kickstarter Indiegogo, when you buy a book, it's the same artist and writer from page 1 to page 28 or page 48, whatever. And that's a big deal, man. I mean, that's like watching Justice League in 2017. You have half the movie Zack Snyder shot stuff, half the movie's Joss Whedon stuff, and you watch it and you're like, this isn't the same movie from the start to the finish. It looks just it looks like a salad. And a lot of the American comic books are like that. And they've been like that for years. You could go back and you can even get a Bronze Age book, and all of a sudden you'll see like John Byrne wrote the first 10 pages, and then there's like 5 pages in the middle where it's John Buscema or somebody, like, for whatever reason, you have no idea, but it just happened. But again, though, the consistency is quality, and quality is, the manga stuff does have quality. And by the way, what's great about the classic titles, if you go to a Barnes & Noble or a Books A Million or any retailer, you'll see, like, if you read, Attack on Titan, they'll have like volumes 1 through 10 or whatever it is, right?
Oh yeah.
You go to a Barnes & Noble and check out the Marvel DC, you might have the hottest book, and that's it, and maybe one classic collection. You don't have any Bronze Age stuff. You don't have any of that. Yeah. Any of those black and white volumes, those masterpiece volumes anymore. They don't care about that. That's kind of sad, because that's like in the music industry when you used to go into a Best Buy or a Walmart a few years ago when they still sold CDs. If you were if you were, say, a Metallica fan, they only would have the latest album. They wouldn't have the whole back catalog, or whatever band you're into. Say you like Godsmack and you go to look for a CD, they'll only have the new one. They didn't have the one that was the first album 10 years ago, because it's just the way it is, because it's not selling, or maybe it's in the $5 cutout bin or whatever. But it's the way of the world. But Jeff hit it on the head, though, holding the phone up. That's sad, because when it goes to that, when it goes to that, I don't mean to be an old
Yeah.
man, but
Yeah.
all the companies
it-
will lose me when I don't have a physical copy to hold anymore. They're
Oh,
gonna,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna lose.
Well, here's a few things that I predict is going to happen, and this is from my point of view. The problem with Marvel and DC is that they are owned by huge corporate companies that only care about profits. They're going to do everything they can. They're going to pull out every playbook, every play in their playbook to make as much money as possible. And eventually, they're going to hit a ceiling. Eventually, they're going to hit a dead end. And when they do, that's when the big two are going to be like, they're going to cut the cord. They're going to say, you know what? We're not going to do this anymore. We're going to shift it because they own the characters. Because they own, they're going to license it out. They're going to say, hey, Boom Studios, or hey, Dark Horse Comics, or hey, Image Comics. Do you guys want to make Superman comics? Just pay us the licensing fees. You can have the characters, and you make the comic books. That's what's ultimately I think is going to happen. Now there is a rumor, and I don't know if we mentioned it last time, but there were basically investors. There were people that were interested in buying DC Comics.
Yeah, Kirkman, all those people. Yeah.
Kirkman got revealed as one of them.
Sure.
The other one was Steve Geppi, and I was polite. I was like, no disrespect to Mr. Geppi, but I definitely don't want him running DC Comics because he'll just run it just like the way he did with Diamond, and it just won't work. It just won't work. I'd rather it be Kirkman and a bunch of other actual comic book people, like writers, people that understand how comic books work. I'd rather it be them that buy DC Publishing, and then they would probably turn around and say, you know what, we're going to lower the cost of comics. We're going to go with the cheaper paper. We're going to do, we're going to do this. We're going to do that, and we're going to go back. We're not going to, go forward and keep raising prices. We're going to go back. We're going to make books more affordable. And hopefully they also do their research and make it consistent. But more importantly, I think they want to tell good stories. They want to get good talent in there. Kirkman, I think, has an eye for talent. He's almost kind of like.
Well, since we're bringing up, since we're bringing him up, did you check out Invincible?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so Amazon released all 3 episodes on Friday, like 3 episodes.
Yeah,
on
the first
Friday.
3 episodes.
So I'm guessing that it's gonna be like that or is it 1 episode a week now, or is it gonna be 3 episodes every time?
As far as I know, I think it's going to be 1 episode.
Okay.
Because you want to build that water cooler talk.
Mm-hmm.
You want people talking about like, hey, did you see that new episode last week?
Okay.
Like Disney's had a lot of success with it with WandaVision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They continue to have success with it with Black Falcon and White Panther. That's an inside joke if you watch the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think it's smart. Like you don't want people to binge everything, talk about it for like a week or 2, and then be like on to the next thing. But so anyways, back to my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 publishers, and this is one of the good things about Image. Image is self-owned. Nobody owns Image. No corporation owns Image, and they've always played it smart with the way that they release their books. They're financially secure. So ultimately, when Marvel and DC decide to quit making comics and just license out their characters, Image will then become number 1. They're just playing the waiting game. That's all it is. Marvel and DC are literally putting themselves out of business. But it's not their fault. It's the corporate companies that own them. If DC Comics does get bought out by guys like Kirkman and the investors, then we have hope that DC will continue on. But Marvel, I don't know so much. I mean, like right now, there is a lot of success with the MCU films and the TV shows, but at the end of the day, Disney's like, we want to make money. Like what else can we do? How can we change this?
They can leave it alone and license the characters. And I know I'm going to be controversial here. I'm going to say something controversial. Stop fucking with comic books. Just leave them the way they were, the way they are, the way they should be. And I'm going to say something I'm going to say something disturbing. Every company in the world, I work for a big corporate company, okay, that's been around 100 years, 103 years, 108 years, okay? I'm not going to divulge who, but the truth of the matter is, every consistent time that they fuck things up is because they're trying to only attract new audience, okay, young people.
Sure.
And no one cares. And when they go so hard at the young audience, okay, they ignore the people that brought them to the dance. That would be the three of us. That would be everybody chiming in. Why do you think people, I mean, I was on a show the other night. Someone was like, I don't buy new comics at all. He just buys old comics. Nothing new. And let me tell you something. Up until a couple years ago, that was me also. I was going to local comic shops only buying back issues of stuff. I could care less what was on the rack. And by the way, I'm not a grumpy old guy, but I'm starting to get like that. I went to my comic book store the last 3 weeks. I had 2 titles in my box, maybe. And it's not because I'm not looking for stuff. I would much rather get the shopping experience and go and get an individual comic book for even $6.99, by the way, instead of ordering some Indiegogo or Kickstarter campaign for $25. I'm like, why am I paying $25 for fucking one issue of a comic book, excuse my French, when the biggest companies in the world that have all the money in the world to publish the highest quality of stuff on a monthly basis keep putting out subpar quality stuff? And it's not because they're not trying. It's just everything is trend driven and it's youth driven. And I don't have a problem with youth. But like, as I said, I mentioned it before, my 11-year-old couldn't give a rat's ass about the new Venom comic or the new whatever. And he loves Venom. He loves Spider-Man. He couldn't give a rat's ass about the comics on the rack. But he does love it when the characters show up in Fortnite. So my point is, you have Disney and Warner Brothers or AT&T. You have the money by putting Batman in Fortnite. You have that money. When you put Deadpool and Cable in Fortnite, you're getting money from that. You're making money hand over fist, whether it's the Snyder Cut, Black Adam, whatever comes out, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
But the comic books should go back to the old bullpen style with diverse young people working there, but people that know what the hell they're doing. Because this whole thing about let's make this infinite frontier, and I'm just using that as an example, or or whatever that thing was, that experiment they did, the Dan Didio 5G thing that got turned into, which I don't remember what it was called. Okay, do that, but then give me some classic depictions of these characters that you were watching in the movies. Because the characters we're watching in the movies don't resemble the ones in the comics a lot, and the movies and the video games are not selling comics. So do the best, do an even worse thing. Hey, the Avengers, up until Avatar a couple weeks ago, the top grossing movie of all time. However, the Avengers title sells under 300,000 copies a month worldwide or whatever. There's your mistake there. There's a mistake. So Disney, by the way, movie sales don't result in comic sales. So instead of forcing the independent scene to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which they're ignoring until they can't ignore it anymore, let's actually put out books that people want to see or read, or maybe, and also, by the way, have talent on the books that people know. Because I hate to tell you, man, but the truth of the matter is, I saw an artist, I don't know who it was, but I saw them on Instagram or whatever. I follow, this pro said, I follow talent, not title. Yeah. And we all know that. If you like Jock, okay, the painter, artist, illustrator, jock. It doesn't matter what he does. He could do Judge Dredd, Batman, whatever. You're going to go follow him. You like Liam Sharp, you're going to follow him on Green Lantern or the new Batman thing he's got going with Garth Ennis. Okay? Right. You like Steve Dillon, Preacher, the late, great Steve Dillon. You're going to go see him when he did a Wolverine story or whatever. That's the point. People that really are into comics follow talent more than title. So, and by the way, I'm sorry, but half the people in the Marvel bullpen, whatever it's called, and the DC talent pool, they're all a bunch of rookies that don't have established stuff. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that, because when Steve Dillon and Garth Ennis and Liam Sharp and all those people first started, they were rookies too. But they were in a medium where the focus was on them all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were also in the business when, like, the people who broke into comics in the 90s. The 90s really was like the last of the old school comic book.
But all I'm saying is you're prying to, you cannot pry young eyes away from the electronic devices. Yeah. But don't blind the eyes that already enjoy your stuff. And that's what's going on. That's all I'm saying.
It's funny that you mentioned Fortnite, because did you see the DC comics that they're doing?
Yeah, and that's a great idea. And my son, by the way, I'm going to bring it up again just because he's of that age that they're targeting, a young adult or whatever, a preteen, whatever. He wanted to read Berserker. I picked up a copy of Berserker, and he wanted to read it because he loves the John Wick films. Yeah. And I said, here, you might like this. It's Keanu Reeves as Wolverine, old guard John Wick. It's an immortal John Wick. Here you go, read it. And he loved it. And he's like, yeah, it was pretty good. But he didn't ask to read the new Venom book, and he loves Venom. And that's just the point, is that these tie-ins, whatever's bringing more people to the party, that's great. But bringing more people to the party and then ignoring the people that brought you to the party is a problem. And
one of the things that's happening.
Go ahead. Sorry.
One of the things that also I think there's a shift in comics. It's really more catering to the speculators. Sure. So that I mean, the only people that are going to keep paying more for comics are going to be the speculators. Like if a single issue goes up to $8, $9, guess who's going to be there to buy 10, 20 copies of a specific book? It's going to be the speculator. And like the regular readers, they're just going to be like, I'm done, I'm out. But then it's so funny though, because like when you keep losing your readers, right, the print runs get smaller.
Yep.
So it's just going to turn into the Wild West of speculation. That's all it's going to be. It's like, imagine when Marvel books, imagine when an Avengers #1 or a Spider-Man #1 comes out, and it's only a 30,000 print run for that #1 issue. Like, imagine when it gets to that. The majority of the people that buy that #1 issue, they're all going to be speculators. Yeah. And then when people hear in the news, like, oh man, did you hear about that $9, $10 Spider-Man book? It's going for $30, $40 now, right now. It's hard to find. It's hard to get. You know why? Because it's a low print run. And everyone else who's decided to abandon and stop collecting comics because it's too expensive, some of those people will come back and they'll just be speculators. They'll just be like, oh, I'm just in it for the money. Like, this book's going to be worth, I can, flip it and spend it and do this and do that, God bless the hardcore readers. It sucks that they don't, some of these readers, they don't buy hard copies anymore. They're saving their money. They're going digital, right? You can go Marvel Unlimited. You can read all the Marvel comics for $10 a month. They just want to read the story. Some of these people I've talked with, they're like, yeah, I thought about it. Like, I keep buying these books and buying these books, and they keep just piling up and piling up and piling up, and like, it's just taking up space. Mm-hmm. So that's why they start pulling out their tablets, and they're like, I just want to read the story. And then you have the people who are kind of like the mesh of both. You have the people who like to read the story, but they also like to collect, and that's kind of where I fit in. Like I like to collect, I like to read.
Me and you. That's where me and you fit in.
Yeah. I went to a comic book sale recently. They gave me early access to the sale, and I went there. Their back issues. It was buy 50 comics, get 150 free.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So basically,
That
you spend
sounds
$50.
good.
You spend $50, you got 200 comic books. So I ended up getting 400 comic books at the sale.
Wow.
Unfortunately, some of those comic books were beat up, but like my buddy Marco was like, "Can't complain. You basically got each comic book for like 4 cents each.
Sure.
So even if it's beat up and in bad shape, it's like you only got it for 4 cents." And it's like, yeah,
Nice.
you're right. You make a good point. I picked up a bunch of James Robinson Starman issues.
Nice.
Almost the whole run. Almost the whole.
Well, you know what's going to save comics? I'm gonna make a prediction. Ready?
Okay.
Molly Miracle is going to save comics.
Another first appearance?
Yeah.
Another character.
Is that Punchline too? Molly Miracle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, they did create. Oh, I forgot about that.
All I know is there's a first appearance. What, next week? The week after? I don't know, but
something like that.
No,
Yeah.
it's a Batman. It's
Batman 108.
It's Batman 108.
Yeah.
108.
All I see is people all over the place. Oh, we got variant covers this and variant. Oh my god.
So like 106 for some reason, I think it's like first appearance cameo is 106. I think I'm not 100% sure. But I remember Marco. He told me, "Hey, make sure you buy a bunch of copies of 106 and make sure you buy a bunch of copies of 108."
Yeah.
So 108 is on the FOC for next Sunday. That's the due date. I can put in an order for it right now if I want to, but I always wait till like Sunday, just in case they decide to add something extra to the FOC. So I'll probably will order at least 25 copies of that book so I can get the 1 in 25 variant. Keep it safe.
Can you give us an industry secret in case anyone's watching? What do you when you order comics for resale? What approximately, if a book is $3.99, or let's say the current book's $4.99. Let's say a book is $4.99.
Okay.
Ballpark, what are you paying for it before you resell it? Are you paying $2 for it? Or is that a secret?
50% off. Yeah, 50% off. So like if it's a $5 book, I'm paying $2.50 for it.
All right. So you're making $2.50 before shipping?
Before shipping, yeah. And then you add shipping costs on top of that.
So pretty much if you had a store right now, you'd be making $1 profit off every book that's on your display.
Let me think here. $1 profit. If I was selling it at cover price, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have like my subscribers, I give my subscribers 25% off.
I got you.
So technically that only leaves me room for 25% profit. However, you subtract shipping costs.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere between 10 and maybe 18% profit.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is anyone who's listening who's wondering about that, besides myself, I kind of had a ballpark, but God bless you and everybody that sells comic books. Because the truth of the matter is that comic book stores should be essential workplaces for the entire United States and the rest of the world. Because when you think about a $4.99 book, and they're selling that book for $2.50, and they get half the people, like say they have 10 people that order I don't know, whatever the title is, some image book that comes out. They're ordering that Carmen, for example, a new book. You have 20 people. 20 people order it. The comic book store orders 25 copies, maybe to put 5 on display and 20 for their subscribers. And then you have 5 or 6 subscribers who either never come to pick up their pull list, or they lose their house, or they get hit by a bus. Those poor comic book stores are stuck with those comics,
Oh, absolutely.
And not
every
only
comic book that they order, Yeah, everyone that they ordered that they don't sell, it's a loss. Which
and
is
not
like
only
why
that, but the margin is so small for them to make money off of it anyway.
it is. It is.
So
And
God
it's,
bless
you know,
them.
and
God
it's a
bless them.
shrinking market. It's a shrinking market, you know. And then the
God
other thing
bless
too
them.
is you have people who are, you know, selling online, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's you don't get into selling comic books. You don't do a comic book business because you think you're going to be rich or be a successful businessman. You do it because you love comic books, you know. Like there's tons of other things I could like if I wanted to be just rich, I would invest my time and money in something that, you know, I'd be a car salesman, you know. I'd be like,
Can
you know,
you
I'm going to sell big ticket items and
can
I'm
you
going to
come
make a
up
lot
with
of
some?
money.
Could you come up with some hair care products to make men regrow their hair? That would be needed. You know, that
Yeah.
would be very very
Hey, I have a
important.
prediction that, you know, because they're actually getting pretty inventive with wigs. Like I've seen a dude, like the quality of the hair on the wigs, and they have it to where like you can glue it onto your head, and it's a type of wig and glue that they put on there that when you look at them, they'll have the hair blend in with the remaining hair that they have, and it looks really good. Yeah, no, not like that, but yeah. But no, like some of these wigs, man, it looked like legit, like real. You know, it had to have been real hair. And then the cool thing too is you can style the hair. Like you've seen them put the wigs on, and then you see them like literally like combing the hair. You can even kind of like cut the hair a little bit and, you know, style it and all this other stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know. But you know, it's more cost effective to be, you know, just shave. You know,
This
like
is this is
I'm thinking of shaving my head. You know.
hey Jeff,
Uh-huh.
this is my Red Sonja cosplay. What do you think?
You're gonna catfish Jeff one day
Nah.
and be like, I have some Vampirilla comics I want to read with you.
Oh yeah, I showed you, right, Randall? My
Yeah.
issue 3 actually came back.
Yeah, nice, man, nice.
I'm happy, man. I'm really happy with the grade too.
Oh, let me show something cool. I went last Saturday. Are you ready?
Yeah.
To Orlando.
Music. Nice.
I went to the movies.
Oh,
I went to the movies.
To Kevin Smith store, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
There was a movies pop up in Orlando,
Nice.
and I got to go.
Did you try their burger and all that other stuff? What you think?
I tried the burgers, the hater tots. Yeah, it was good stuff. It's good stuff.
Did they have poop shoot machines where you could check the internet on poop shoot?
No, that would have been nice.
What the hell is the internet?
They had it all decked out. They had some merchandise there. I wish they would have had more merchandise. You know, like, let me see if I have the bag in here. I think, yeah, I do have the bag. Let's see here. So I kept these. I think all it was like a stamp, you know, but you get the stamp of the movies on the bag.
Nice.
You got the thing where the hater tots was in.
Nice. Was Kevin Smith there?
No, I wish.
What?
Another movie.
You must have not went on the right day, because I had a friend of mine who went and all he had was pictures of him with Kevin Smith.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think he appeared at the Orlando one.
Really?
He did.
He did?
Because another group actually went there, and then he actually appeared. So unless you went on, unless he was on a weekday and you went on a Saturday, so
he was wearing a mask. Randall didn't
I
recognize him.
got the last Fun Employee name tag that they had for sale.
I
bought a movie sticker.
Nice.
And then I got like a little thing here to hold my drinks in.
Nice. A movie koozie.
Wish they
Yeah.
had the movie cup. The cup would have been nice.
Yeah, I actually do have a cup.
And then Randall could say, "I think I filled the cup."
Yeah.
Fantastic
This
girl
is
just
one of
said
this
hi.
is one of their cups, but it's like a basic cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um,
I wish that like the guys were saying, the previous ones that went to it were saying like, wish there wasn't disposable.
This one is the better one.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So some people were throwing their stuff away. I kept mine. I'm a collector, so I like to get all those things. Definitely overpriced. They have a Movies beer. The beer can is actually in my room. I bought two because I have one that I want to drink, and then the other one I'm going to keep.
I heard good things about the beer. I heard pretty good
Yeah,
things about
it
it.
was
They
like
said
$8 a can. So
I heard it. I heard it tasted like Rosario Dawson's feet.
I have
Or
no clue.
I heard it tasted like interspecies erotica. Did they have donkey shows there? No.
No. I mean, it's funny. When I first got the email, they were like, what did they say? I think they said that the dining in, like, you wouldn't be able to dine in. Like, you can go there, you can pick up the food, and then they have like an outside area that you can eat. But when we got there were people sitting in there. So I think like it wasn't too many people, so they were just like, yeah, it's cool. You can sit there and eat. I actually got a free beer because they messed up and they didn't get us our food for like 45 minutes. Like when we go in and we checked in, they're like, okay, cool. Like, they'll call your name and you'll get your food. And so we're waiting. At one point, I see people like being called up, and like the last 2-3 people I saw go up there get their food, I was like, I know those people came in after us. So I'm like, so I went go check with them, and they're like, oh, so sorry about that, and they offered us free beer, and I was like, my buddy Frank was driving, so he was just like, no thanks, and so I was like, hey, I'll take the beer. They had a giant Silent Bob blow up outside. A friend of mine actually went to the same one, but not the same day. Like went to a different day, and they had both Jay and Silent Bob. So I think when they first opened it, I think they had a bunch of stuff, and it was more like people going. I went towards the tail end. I went to like when I went last Saturday, it was like basically kind of like the last week.
Oh, okay.
The beginning of the last week of the movies. So it just wasn't as much stuff, I think. But it was still neat. It was still neat to go, neat to support it, I took some videos, I took some pictures, so I want to put that on Twitter and do the hashtag movies pop up,
Were they playing the movies song in the restaurant when you were there? All the movies?
No, it would have been nice.
That would have been cool to get that on video.
Yeah, they had the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back playing in the background in the dine-in area. They had good.
That's good for the family.
Yeah. And they had was it like pictures of like the characters from the movies, and they're like employees and all that stuff. It was neat. For me personally, it was overpriced. I only did it because I'm a Kevin Smith fan. If I was like a casual fan, I would have been like, nope, not worth it. But I'm still glad I got to go. I got the little items. Like, I was hoping they would have like a movies shirt, but they probably did, and they sold out in the beginning. That's probably what it was. And then I was hoping they would at least have some of the like the Blu-rays or movies. None of that. Like it was just that movie shirt that I showed you. That was like a $30 shirt.
What?
Yeah. So I was just like, meh. But
I would have get the employee shirt. I would have wanted one of those the
they didn't have
purple
it.
employee.
They didn't have the employee
No,
shirt. No. If they
cool.
did, Yeah, if they did have that employee shirt, they probably would have been selling it for like $60 or $70. Yeah. So
that would have been worth. You know what I mean? I would have went.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
or that or an employee hat. And
Yeah.
every so often they'll have what do you call it? Every so often they'll have that shirt available to order, like online or something like that. So I will eventually get one.
And it says Randall on it, right?
Well, yeah, I think the first ones they made did have Randall on it, and then they started making them without the names on it. You know, so like
okay.
if you got the fun employee, name tag, you could just put your name on it. So I'm cool with either or. That's another thing I need to do too. Is I need to just start buying up his movies. I know I got half of them, I think, on DVD, but I want to try and get like all of them on Blu-ray.
You know it's gonna go digital anyway, so.
Well, you see, I think it's funny. DVDs and Blu-rays are going the route of like comic
collectibles.
Books. They're becoming low print. Eventually, they're going to become collector's items. Even like the steel case. It's so funny. Like some of these movies that the steel case, like there's a limited number of steel cases that are made, right? And then once they sell out, that's it. Like it's out of print. It's for me. Like I'm already used to that because I collect soundtracks. And so I know that soundtracks are already a very low print. So like once a soundtrack, it's gone, you can't just order it anymore. If it's out of print, then you got to pay extra for it to whoever has copies to sell. Perfect example, like I love the Swamp Thing animated series. They had the complete series on DVD. For some reason, I thought it was I didn't think it was the entire series. I thought there were more episodes, so I passed up on it. That DVD went out of print, and a year or 2 years ago, I looked it up because I was thinking about buying it, and people were selling it for like $75 a piece.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so the lowest I found it for was like $50.
Yeah, streaming has made all TV show box sets and things like that go up in price.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
people are charging a lot more. Where you used to get them in pawn shops for $3, people sell them online for a lot of money. So yeah,
people are catching on.
You like that Snyder cut? You like that Snyder cut, my friend?
Oh, of course. Yes, yes, I very much enjoyed it. I've seen it like 2-3 times now, and I'm trying to watch I'm trying to see the black and white version, the Justice is Gray.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I think is it May or June? No, it's probably June. I think they're going to release the Snyder Cut on like Blu-ray and 4K.
Yeah, they are. I follow this Blu-ray James dude on Instagram. He's a big Kevin Smith dude too. I think that's what it. And he already has artwork for it, and he already has the thing for it. But it's gonna be good. Did you see it, Jeff?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. It was good, man. Real good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I've only seen it once. I've had this issues. Believe it or not, I subscribe to HBO. I'm still one of those guys that still has somewhat of a cable deal with Spectrum. But I have my TVs are not. They're smart, but they're not smart in the TVs. I'm using a Roku, and Roku has the worst shit with HBO Max. It's terrible. It's like I can't get past the menu screen sometimes.
Do you have an Xbox?
My son. No. Well, that's the thing. My son has a PS4 in his room. Yeah. That's how he watched it. But there was a big difference between, so my wife, my son, and me are all sitting on the floor in his room watching a 4-hour movie. I would have liked to watch it on the bigger screen in the living room, but
you should have told your son, listen, we're gonna unplug this from your room.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have
in the living room,
and I have
give it right back when we're done with the movie.
I have it on my phone, but I just 4 hours at work on the phone just isn't working either. But
Yeah.
But I wanted to watch it again today, and my damn Roku wouldn't pull it up. It pulled up the menu, and then it quits. And
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Such is life. Such problems in America that I have. I can't
Ever
Such
since-
first world
First
problems.
my first experience with streaming was my Xbox 360, and this was back when Netflix was doing like, this is how far back, the very beginning, you know, like back when Netflix was offering streaming and DVDs for one price
I remember.
for $5 a month,
Sure.
you know. So I remember sitting on my 360 and I'm like watching all the Charles in Charge and like all these other shows and movies on Netflix, and I'm just like, oh man, this is great. I like it. I like the convenience of it. The only thing that sucked though with the streaming ones, it's so funny. Certain episodes would be missing. Perfect example, the sitcom series Coach, starring I can't even think of his name. He was the voice of the dad.
Nelson, right?
T. Nelson, yeah. So I was watching the sitcom Coach, and I would go through the seasons, and I would reach a point in a season where it's like, oh, this episode is only available on disc. You know, so like I would have to order the disc of the season just to watch that one episode. So I was like, screw it, I don't need to watch that episode. You know, so like I watched all of Coach except for maybe 4 episodes. You know, like that's how many episodes that were missing throughout all the seasons, which is just so weird. It was just so weird that they did that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think they do that anymore. Now, like if they have a season, if they have a show, you're going to get all of the episodes. I think, you know, especially when you're competing with all these other companies now, it's like now you need to be the gold standard. You got to be like, everything's got to be available.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, I remember those days.
Did you pick up anything else, Randa?
Let me think. Did I pick up anything else? No, not so much. Not so much. I have almost all my credit cards paid off.
Good.
I
Finally.
have it down to about $100 that I owe,
Good.
and my credit score skyrocketed. My Equifax jumped to a 703,
Good.
and my TransUnion jumped to a 696.
Good. After
Yeah.
you pay it,
So-
it should go back. It should go at least to 8. I hope.
800? No.
No.
I mean, only if all the stuff that I have in collections is gone.
Okay.
You know.
Oh,
and-
there's the story.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up a couple of cool things. I picked up this Frazetta Creepy.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I picked this one up last weekend, and I picked one of these two are my favorite covers out of all of. I mean, I have a lot of them, but these are 2 of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah, that
top
werewolf.
5.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
top 5. Yeah, I picked those up. I picked up some these Vampies a couple of weekends ago since I haven't been on.
Nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh, I started a new TikTok account,
Oh
which I'm hoping to
boy.
do more videos. So I officially did DC Randall on TikTok. It's
Yay.
DC_Randall. So if you're on TikTok, you can find me there. You can follow me on there. It's only going to be just me talking about like DC content, DC stuff, you know. So
Mhm.
you know, like the Superman the animated series is now on HBO Max in HD, which is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it.
I'm gonna put that
laugh.
wig on.
Yeah. It just makes me laugh sometimes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that wig on and do a TikTok video.
You should. You should.
Yeah, be great. Comic stuff haul video this week.
That's cool.
Oh man.
I just picked up
It's just-
Thor, and some Berserker foil covers. That's it.
That.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got my
Well, covers,
LCS. My LCS did not have the. They ran out of the original first prints, but they got these late. So
Really?
I got 2 foil covers. One by the some grandpa dude, and one by Mark Brooks.
Just out of curiosity, the foil covers are those like the ratio variant ones?
I don't know. They were priced the same in their first print, so I don't know what happened. They just
Okay.
This my store. They're $5.99.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the man-
maybe they didn't order too many, but you know what's funny though is and you might see this. A lot of comic book stores might start pulling the first prints, because they already confirmed that Netflix is doing, I think, a live action film and an anime of Berserker.
Yeah,
So-
good idea. Good idea too.
Yeah, the big thing with that is a lot of people ordered that book just for that size signature, just for that Keanu Reeves signature.
Oh yeah, but there's probably another, there's probably
A handful
since
that
they
didn't
made the
order
announcement,
Krepta.
the
Right.
speculators. I'm telling you, the speculators have come out. They smell blood in the water. They smell an opportunity. Like, oh, this is going to be a Netflix film. Oh, I'm going to start buying up all these first prints.
My LCS, I picked up. I don't know if I'm going to continue it, but I picked up Nocturna by Snyder and
I heard
Daniel.
good stuff about that one.
Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. But I picked up issue number 1. My LCS, they had like literally 50 copies on the shelf with every cover. So I don't know. I don't know whether that is selling or whether there's variants that they got that they pushed. I don't know, but they all look the same to me.
But
the Berserker, when that came out, I had asked them to pull a copy for me because I didn't know that it was dropping the day it dropped, like a few weeks ago. And yeah, that's exactly Big there. He said exactly that's what they told me. They were supposed to come out the first day of print too, but they were delayed. So, my LCS, like when I grabbed those 2 foil covers, they had one in my pull list because they ran out of the launch date. But then they had at least 10 copies of each one of those on the rack. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick that up just because. And that was the day after the Netflix news. So I was like, hey, this is worth it, getting 2 of these, and whether it's speculating or not, I figured it'd be good to have issue number 1.
I mean, even if I get one, it's because one, I like Matt Kent. I like the artist.
You like Keanu Reeves.
Like if I ever meet Keanu Reeves, I would love to get a signature on that book.
Yeah.
I would prefer getting his signature like on a Matrix comic book, or maybe get his signature on a Bill and Ted comic book, because I love Bill and Ted. But yeah, that would be a cool book to have, and it mainly because he's also the co-writer on it too, so it's like his first comic book he's written. So.
And it's his IP too, which is a good idea. The idea that someone comes out and creates a character, which I elevator pitched it. It's like it's old guard, immortal John Wick / Wolverine / old guard character, and
old
it's
school
cool.
Highlander, pretty much like Highlander.
And it's cool, but it's a great idea, man. He's got this IP, makes it look like himself, and it's like it's automatic. It's an automatic elevator pitch to Netflix or a big movie company. It's like, here it is. Yeah. Here's the visual. It's like, it's crazy. It's almost like a mini series full of storyboards to give to a movie producer and say, oh yeah, and by the way, I'm Keanu Reeves too. So what a great idea. It's like reverse engineering. It really is. It's like, we see all these comics turned into movie stuff, and again, of course, this comic came out first, but it's almost reverse. It's almost like it's a action movie, and that's the pitch for it, was the comic book. So it's a great idea, and it's a cool thing, and it's immortal John Wick, really.
Yeah, but a couple of years down the line, they're gonna go, oh, what's his first appearance? What was the Berserker's first appearance?
Yeah, well, Berserker's first appearance is actually in Clerks. So there you go.
That's
Hey guys, I love both of you very much, and I thank you for having me on again tonight.
You're cool.
I have to go to sleep though. Okay.
You're good.
Okay. So peace out. Much love. Namaste.
See you later. How was work, Miranda?
Long.
Well,
I'm really hoping in May to finally quit there. I
okay.
got something lined up. My buddy's been wanting to come work with him for full time. It's better pay. It's less stressful.
That's cool.
And then the great thing too is like I'm basically practically debt free now. So with,
that's cool.
So with the debt being paid off, I can start making a list of like things that I want for the business. Because I do want to expand on the business. Like I love movies, so I want to start selling DVDs and Blu-rays. I used to work for FYE, so I know about selling, new and used movies,
Right.
Stuff like that. Like I will probably end up going through my own personal DVD collection and just like selling off DVDs of stuff that I already have on Blu-ray now.
Right.
The only stuff I'm going to keep are like the more like collector's edition type stuff, that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to keep, but like, I would love to eventually get to the point where, I can open up a store and, an actual physical retail location. And, I can just, I can sell comic books. I can sell movies. I love video games. So I want to get to the point where I can sell video games as well. Action figures, toys, not too much on those just because they take up a lot of space.
Right.
And toy. It's so funny, like vintage toys.
People were saying, like collectors aren't, and then a lot of the main reason some of that stuff is going up is because card collectors or like the slabs and stuff. The main reason that
I should be trying to get into selling cards as well because there's a resurgence on that going on right now.
But it's the big, and why the resurgence is happening is because there's no cons going on and people need a. And then they need the, and
well, not even just that, but I mean, like, it's also, new people are getting involved because
not only that, everything old is new again, like what we always say.
Kind of, like, no, you have, social media celebrities that are like, perfect example is, if you're familiar with Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
There's a guy by the name of Logan Paul.
Yeah, I know.
And, yeah. And he drops like $1 million on completely sealed, unopened, original Volume 1 Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And he was going to go through those cards and he was going to sell them all individually. And, and based on how those cards are selling, he was going to make his money back and make a profit on top of that, But in the process of doing that, he got so much attention that you have all these people now that are like, oh, I want to start getting Pokemon cards again, and I want to.
Yeah, I noticed that. You remember when Pokemon cards were only like $20 for a box? Now it's like $60, $70, $80 for a box. I'm like, where the hell?
Because you know what it is? Again, speculator market. You have people, they know that there's a high demand for it, so they're going out, they're buying up these boxes, they're buying up these cards. So when people want to go to the store and they want to buy the cards, like, oh, we sold out, we don't have it.
Just like today. Just like today when Carla Cohen released the cover today. It's 300 the limit run. Dude, not even, it says releases at 6 o'clock. 6:01 it was sold out. I tried to put one in a cart and I'm like, what the fuck? And because people ordered, and there was no limit, so people must have ordered 2 each, or so it's 300 it says it's only 300 copies. So it means but it's not really it's not really 300, but they're saying it's only 300.
That's like the DC shop. They made these like exclusive, like limited Superman, the Zack Snyder Superman, Man of Steel, or Justice League Superman. The Black Superman, Black Suit Superman, Puma shoes. And I hesitated on it. I was like, I'll think about it. And then when I was ready to buy some, sold out.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, I should have known better. Like, because I know that there's like the shoe hunters out there.
Right.
That, the minute they see something, they're like, oh, I'm going to buy 2, 3. Actually, they limited to like, you can only buy 3 pairs at the most. So, that they had guys on there that were like 3 at a time, 3 at a time, 3 at a time.
Right.
And I wanted to buy 2 pairs. One to keep sealed in the box, and the second
Right.
pair I was going to use to actually wear occasionally, like if I went
Right.
out, hung out, and did stuff, you know.
Right.
Just because I thought the shoes looked cool, and I'm a Superman fan, you know. But I
Yeah.
hesitated. I messed up.
You're not the only one. Like even because Perillo released the main reason I wanted to order these two covers were the
Yeah,
Perillo and the Carla one. It's a
yeah,
Magic the Gathering comic book issue 1, and you know
yeah.
those are gonna be low. No, I'm not speculating, because but people are gonna wanna get Perillo art and Perillo,
Oh yeah, yeah.
let me
Perillo, yeah.
explain it first. Perillo art and Perillo, and Carla art, they're gonna all go after all his vampies, all his, you know what I mean. But they're not gonna know about his, obscure ones that are released. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
No,
main reason I wanted to grab it, because it's you know what I mean. Magic the
yeah.
Gathering issue
Oh,
1 by Perillo by Carla. You know.
before I forget, I'm sure you already know because I'm sure you've seen me post this, and I want to let the people on here know as well. Those that, for the people who are watching, our good friend,
Rewind. Yeah.
yep, our good friend Eisner Award winner Marco Lopez
Yeah.
has a Kickstarter going on right now. He's close. His goal is to get to $3,900 to be fully funded. I think
Right.
last time I checked, he was at $3,000. So
Right.
just $900 more to go. His Kickstarter will be fully funded. There's like 15 days left in the Kickstarter, I believe. So yeah, a solid 2 weeks left. Random Comics Collections DVDs that come with mini comics like Blade Trinity and yeah, that'd be cool. If I had my own store, with like I would divide, just like old video stores. You'd have the sections, right? You have like
Right.
sci-fi, you'd have action. I would specifically create a section that would kind of like segue into the comic book side of the store, and it would be comic book films. That would be, so I'd have like, all the Marvel, DC, independent films, all probably in alphabetical order, all kind of just showcased on there. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Right.
But when I do get the problem is when I do get a store, like I don't want the store to be too big, because the bigger the store, the more the rent is. So it's like I want to start small. And then gradually grow. That's what I would like to do. That's like that. We'll see. Like if this new job works out well,
Right.
I could be making 6 figures in a couple years.
That's always good.
Yeah. If I'm making 6 figures in a couple years, and if I'm smart with the money that I'm making from the 6 figures, and I invested in real estate, and I invested in stocks.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. If I'm smart with that money that I'm making from the 6 figures, then I can go from being 6 figures to, hey, now I'm a millionaire,
Right. Diversify your portfolio. That's what you need to do.
If I have that kind of money, then getting a store and paying rent will be no problem at all. Right. In fact, I would probably be financially doing well enough that I could just hire someone to work the store, run the store, So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't like getting ahead of myself, because then you get all these false hopes. You get and then you get let down, and then you're just like, what do I do now?
I got you.
So, but
hey, Randall, I'm gonna call.
Where did Jeff go? All right, people, it's just me now. I assume he's calling it, even though it's still live. Oh wait.
No. It freaked the internet dropped me for a second.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, dropped me for a second.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. Yeah, so I know you're getting tired, and I'm, I gotta get something to eat. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you got going on?
Well, I'm hoping to do some more stuff on TikTok, so you can find me at DC_Randall. Or if you just want to follow my personal account on TikTok, you can just find me at Randall Begins. But the cool thing about TikTok is, like, so many people who are big into like YouTube, they have their YouTube pages connected to TikTok.
Yep.
So I still have to figure all that stuff out. Hopefully, with the way things are going, I'm finally gonna get some more free time, and I can really like create some content and talk more about the retailer comic book side of the business, and then
Right.
it's like I do want to launch a comic book collectors league TikTok and a Blank Variant Comics TikTok. But when I have the free time, when I get to there. So
Yeah.
right now I'm just focused on doing.
But what you
DC.
need to do is the Blank Variant freaking YouTubes and the and the comic
Yeah. But
collectors
that's what I'm
YouTube.
saying is like if I'm going to do these TikTok videos, because here's the smart thing: what some of the people are doing, right? And you have YouTube, so you could be doing the same thing. It's
I
just a
am
matter
doing
of
this.
It's a
Connected.
matter of editing your videos. So like
Yeah.
one person was like, "Hey, so I go and I make a YouTube video," and then
Got a
what
new
they do is
phone,
they
so
take
I can do better edits with the new phone.
yeah, and so they'll do the YouTube video, and then what they'll do is they'll take clips from the YouTube video, and those clips will be their TikTok videos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you make one regular video for YouTube, and then you take pieces of that video and put it on TikTok, and you have tons of content for both
Right.
formats. So, and not to mention, like so many people on TikTok, they're pushing their followers to follow them on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and vice versa. TikTok has the best algorithm out of all the social media platforms right now. They have the best algorithms. You have the best opportunity to draw in a lot more people, a lot more audience.
Right.
And
the videos are shorter, aren't they? I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
The length of a video on TikTok is like 1 minute. You have 1 minute to compress everything. Some people, what they'll do is they'll do like a 3-part video or a 5-part video. I've seen people do like a 12-part video. They would be like part 1, and follow, like and follow to see part 2,
Right.
And that's the thing, is you want the continuous viewing and people like following and watching, engaging. Plus, one of the benefits of TikTok, lots of beautiful women. I enjoy watching videos of many beautiful women. So and it's fun to chat with them sometimes too. Like sometimes I'll put up a video, you make a comment, they comment back, and you have a small little conversation. Doesn't happen to everybody, but I get lucky from time to time and have a fun little conversation with the people.
Right.
And there's people on there that are teaching, and you can learn stuff. And you can take that stuff and you can apply to what you want to do in life and change your life. And so like one of the big things I want to do from TikTok is affiliate marketing. And I found that the DC Comics does, or DC itself does affiliate marketing, which is why I already have my DC Facebook group.
Need me.
No, you need to find affiliate marketing for Vampirilla.
Yeah.
Dynamite. You'd be like the champion of Vampirilla.
Dynamite, pretty much. They'll be going after Dynamite. I've been after Dynamite for a while. The guys. So. All right.
But that's pretty much it.
I got videos I got some new video ideas coming, and since I got this new phone, since I got this Galaxy S21 Plus.
Nice.
Because I had my phone died completely. It wouldn't even turn on. That's how bad it was. Man. Yeah, and I had to get another one, but I'm happy with the new one. The new one's nice, new, sleek. Got 3 different cameras in the back.
You got the nice phone, and you got your nice laptop. Little by little, man, you're there.
Yep, and then pretty much all I got going on this week is Cantonese Comic Wednesdays, and then birthdays coming in a couple of weeks, or in a week or so. In a week. Because the 6th is a Tuesday, so in a week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got this Friday off till that Tuesday. So
you're partying for your birthday, man. It's awesome.
Well, hanging out, probably reading some comics. Like Anthony was saying, man, I'm honestly thinking of like not picking up as much new books and stuff, and probably start picking up more the older Vampirilla, like Aries, Creepies, because I enjoyed the Creepies and Aries more than I enjoy I enjoy the new books. I enjoy the new indies. I don't enjoy DC, and I don't enjoy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My buddy Frank, he's a big Spider-Man fan, so like I think started shifting his collection to picking up older Spider-Man issues.
Right.
So when I hung out with him, we went to Orlando. While we were in Orlando, we went to a couple of comic book stores. Right. And he gets his books from Coliseum Comics because that's the closest comic book store to where he lives.
I like the one. I like the Kissimmee one. The Kissimmee one is really nice.
Yeah. And we went to the one in Orlando, and because he shops with Coliseum, he gets these back issue bucks.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
know.
he used all of his back issue bucks, and he was like searching through their back issues, and he found a bunch of older Spider-Man comics. He's now buying Amazing Spider-Man issues in the 100s.
Yeah.
He says he pretty much has every Amazing Spider-Man issue, almost every Amazing Spider-Man issue from issue 200 and up.
That's cool.
So yeah, so like his big thing is
Yeah.
finishing all the 100s and then working his way below 100s, which like the further you get down, the more expensive it gets.
But like you were like you're saying, like everybody's saying, I think my collection is adjusting now, and then a lot of the older stuff I may end up getting, like you said, I may end up getting rid of it. I may end up AOKing it to people because I got boxes. I got boxes over here that I haven't looked at since I bought them from you and collected it. So I haven't looked at them for a while.
Oh, I have so much stuff too, man. I have so much stuff.
Yeah.
I would have had even more stuff had I not given up my comic book store to you know who.
Right. All right, guys, we're gonna work. Oh, the main reason I'm calling it, man, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Go eat, man.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
Yeah.
I'll check you guys later.
See you.
Yeah.